This one is entitled A Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Reunion. Some of you are going to be like, bold choice, sir, going for fan fiction on the very first episode. To you, I say, it's not fan fiction. It's a spec script based on a very popular franchise arriving on the heels of a very successful reboot of the Halloween series. So there. Here's the logline from the author. Nancy Thompson Keller, best-selling author of Springwood Secrets, The Untold Story of Fred Krueger, self-help guru and talk show host Jesse Walsh, and the earnest guidance counselor Alice Johnson Spector coach a new generation of dream warriors. The following is an intended sequel, reuniting survivors and most popular characters from the original Nightmare on Elm Street series. The author is Eric Dixon. Interested parties can reach him at edixsn1@hotmail.com. Thanks for sharing, Eric. The authors and I are looking forward to your feedback. Share your thoughts on our Facebook page at facebook.com/coldreadpod, or you can tweet me at Jon Ranciskas. Be sure to subscribe and review at your preferred podcast retailer. Are you interested in having your work read on Cold Read? Email the show at coldreadpod@gmail.com. Send us a log line and a PDF. One last thing before we get started. As I've said, I haven't read these, so I don't know anything about their content. That's kind of the point. And as I won't be censoring anything as I read or in post-production, the safest bet is to assume that there will be some naughty bits. Listener discretion is advised. Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Reunion, written by Eric Dixon. Over black, riotous applause and the sound of a marching band leading a familiar football charge almost drown out the sound of a thumping heartbeat. Bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. And then, the long and piercing hiss of a ringing in someone's ears. Fade in. Exterior, Pennsboro High School football stadium. Night. The beautiful green eyes of Cleo Ford, 17, black girl, curly hair, shabby chic, suddenly burst open. On the 50-yard line. Cleo is out of breath, out of sorts, and totally unaware of her surroundings. She wears a wild homecoming dress with a pair of equally wild leggings. A full crowd of hometown spectators cheer her on from the tall bleachers before her. Standing near Cleo, looking equally confused, is Randy Dyer, 17. Tall, thin, black eyes, a real burnout. He is in a simple basketball jersey and jeans. Randy stares over at Stephen Step Lowry, 18. All-star jock, football hero, and class stud. Step is in his football uniform and leans on a crutch due to a broken right leg. But this is news to Step as he stares down at his cast with confusion. Step stares back at Harley Bowden, 17. Pink hair, Harley Davidson jacket over a pair of homemade denim shorts. Just like her hair, cut about 3 inches too short. Harley, Step, and Randy all stare back at Cleo, who is dead center of the action and the only one wearing proper homecoming attire. Cleo shakes her head, pleading ignorance as she stares back at the rowdy crowd in the stands, growing rowdier by the second. Suddenly, a streak of lightning cracks above the heads of our 4 students and lights an otherwise black sky. A downpouring of rain is an unexpected surprise. Cleo looks up, turns, faces the opposite visiting side bleachers, where she spots a nun in an all-white habit, standing on the metal steps. Cleo turns back, faces an almost empty home side bleachers. 4 adult couples, all sitting in different sections, stand and applaud the 4 students on the field. One of the couples are black, Cleo's parents. Mr. Ford, "Go, Cleo!" Cleo watches them as she desperately uses a hand to keep the rain out of her squinting eyes. Harley also spots her parents, as do Randy and Step. Mr. Dyer. Way to go, Randy boy. Mrs. Lowry. We love you, Stephen. After a few moments of applause, the parents all start filing out of the bleachers, down the steps, and through the chain-link gate below. All but the Fords. As the other parents leave, the Fords' applause grows louder. Mrs. Ford. You got this, Cleo. Randy turns to Cleo. Randy. What the hell's going on? Cleo shakes her head. She turns her attention to the bleachers and notices her parents have also left the stadium. The nun now stands at the top of the hometown bleachers and stares down at them. All of a sudden, Cleo is holding a bouquet of flowers and wearing the Queen's crown. Randy, Harley, and Step all watch with confusion. The nun dips inside the press box as lightning continues to strike and light up the skies. Cleo loses patience, drops the flowers and crown, and chases through the chain-link gate and up the steps of the bleachers. Cleo. Wait! Sister, come back! Cleo stops, stares into the windows of the press box. Nothing but darkness. As lightning strikes, the nun becomes visible inside. Cleo stares back, down at the field near the 50-yard line. No one there. Harley, Step, and Randy now gone. Cleo moves up the steps toward the press box, the rain now pouring harder than ever, her vision blurred as she approaches the door. She opens, rushes inside. Pure darkness. Interior, press box, night. A pitch-black void of nothingness. Cleo stares out the window and down at the field below, almost invisible due to the pouring rain. Cleo. Hello? Sister? Is anyone there? Cleo manages to find another door and opens. Interior, Weston Hills Asylum, night. As the door swings open, Cleo now enters the dark, unlit halls of Weston Hills. Nothing but lightning strikes pouring in from outside to light this otherwise dark path. Cleo. Is anyone here? Talk to me. Cleo's call for help signals an outpouring of agonizing screams and cries of desperation. Cleo. Oh my God. Randy. Cleo, help! Harley. Help us! Cleo races down a side hall toward the source of her friend's cries for help. Cleo. I'm coming! As she turns a tight corner, she is grabbed by a couple of blue-scrubbed orderlies. Orderly 1. Easy does it, Cleo. Cleo. What are you doing? Get off of me! Orderly 2. Just take it easy. Cleo spots what she believes to be the nun in the white habit walking in her direction. She is hidden in shadows. Cleo. Sister, help us, please! The nun slowly morphs into a female doctor in white scrubs carrying a syringe. A fluid squirts from the needle. Female doctor. Hold her still. Cleo. Fuck off! Cleo elbows them both in the gut and chases down what seems to be an endless hall. The screams of hundreds of restless teens cry out from behind the locked doors. Blood gushes out from under the cracks. The arms of teen patients crash through windows.